Dr. Anna Fox once thrived as a child psychologist in New York, but now she lives secluded in her townhouse, consumed by agoraphobia. Her condition traps her indoors, as even the thought of open spaces or crowded streets sends her into spiraling panic symptoms of trauma that still haunt her. Her husband and daughter live elsewhere, and her only companion is a cat. The basement is rented out to a tenant named David, but Anna herself hasn't set foot outside for nearly 10 months. Her therapist, Dr. Landy, encourages her to cope by quietly observing her neighbors and keeping a journal of her observations. Life begins to change when a new family, the Russells, moves in across the street. Not long after, their teenage son Ethan visits Anna with a small gift. His shy, nervous manner draws her attention. As they talk, Anna senses unease behind his soft-spoken demeanor, perhaps fear rooted in an unhealthy home. Her instincts tell her his father may be the cause, and she privately resolves to protect the boy if he ever needs her help. Inside her home, Anna tries to maintain a sense of normalcy. On Halloween, she ignores David's suggestion to hand out candy, preferring to hide in the dark to avoid people. When a group of children throws eggs at her door, she angrily shouts back, but collapses in panic when she attempts to step outside. She awakens to find a kind woman by her side, someone she assumes is Ethan's mother, Jane Russell. They share a drink and talk, with Jane sketching Anna's portrait before returning home later that night. The next day, Alistair Russell visits Anna, asking whether anyone from his family has spoken with her. Uneasy, she denies it. Later, while Alistair is moving boxes, David borrows a cutter from Anna. That night, she hears a scream coming from across the street, peering through her camera. She sees Alistair furiously shouting at Ethan, when Ethan later visits her again. His frightened behavior confirms her suspicions. She tries to reassure him, offering her phone number if he ever feels unsafe. Soon after, Anna reports the disturbing noises to Dr. Landy, but he dismisses her worries as paranoia. One evening, as she watches an old film and drinks heavily, another scream echoes through the night. Looking through her camera lens, she spots Jane arguing with someone inside her home till Jane is suddenly stabbed. Terrified, Anna calls the police and tries to run outside, but collapses on the stairs. When she wakes, detectives and the Russells are in her home. To her shock, Jane is alive, but the woman standing there is not the same person she met earlier. Anna insists the first Jane was real, but everyone, including Ethan, denies it. The detective suspects she's delusional, warning her to stop spying on her neighbors, confused and desperate. Anna starts digging online and finds that Alistair's former assistant, Pamela Notzine, died mysteriously after falling from a window in Boston. Around that time, the Russells began moving frequently. When Anna questions David about it, she discovers letters linking him to a prison in Connecticut. He becomes defensive, angrily denying any involvement with the Russells' secrets. His outburst frightens her further. Determined to uncover the truth, Anna starts photographing the Russells' windows every day. One afternoon, the new Jane calls, warning her to stop. Not long after, Anna's cat disappears. She eventually finds it hiding under a bed in a room she hadn't entered in weeks. An eerie discovery that deepens her fear. As her mental state unravels, Anna begins hearing her husband's voice again. In her mind, they argue over her drinking and medication. It becomes clear that these conversations are hallucinations of a mind struggling with grief and guilt. Her schizophrenia blurs the line between memory and imagination. One morning, she calls Ethan over from across the street, trying to comfort him and promising he's safe. Before he can speak, Alistair intervenes, sending the boy away and angrily warning Anna to stay away from them. His cold hostility convinces her that something dangerous lurks in that house. That night, Anna finds the sketch Jane made during their meeting. Later, she receives a disturbing email and image of herself asleep in bed. Taken at 2 a.m., someone has been inside her home. Terrified, she contacts Detective Little and shows him the photo. Soon after, the Russells arrive with the police, accusing Anna of harassment and voyeurism. As tensions rise, David is questioned about his whereabouts the night before. He claims he was in Connecticut, and Anna mentions finding earrings in his bed that belonged to the murdered woman. He dismisses her accusation, saying they belonged to someone else. Overwhelmed, Anna insists that everyone is lying to her. Crying, she insists that her family believes her only for Detective Norelli to gently remind her that her family is gone. The revelation cracks open memories she's buried for months. In a devastating flashback, Anna remembers the car crash that killed her husband and daughter. The accident occurred after a heated argument about her affair and impending divorce. The trauma shattered her reality, and her mind clung to the illusion that they were still alive. Every phone call and imagined conversation had been a coping mechanism to escape unbearable grief, finally facing the truth. Anna apologizes to the police and her neighbors. With Dr. Landy's help, she resumes therapy, admitting she's been drowning her pain in alcohol and neglecting her medication. Meanwhile, David prepares to move out. That night, Anna records a farewell video, ready to give up on life. But while revisiting old photos, she spots something startling: the reflection of the real Jane in a wine glass from the night she visited. It confirms that her memory was real all along. She shows the image to David, who recognizes the woman as Catherine, Ethan's biological mother. He explains that Catherine was an addict who left after giving birth. Alistair later took Ethan away and had Catherine imprisoned. After serving her sentence, she searched for them and tracked them to New York. David admits Catherine spent one night with him before vanishing again. Anna realizes that Catherine was the woman murdered across the street. But before David can act, Ethan appears, knife in hand, revealing that he killed Catherine himself. Calm but menacing, he admits to watching Anna for weeks, initially hoping she'd end her life. Now that she knows the truth, he intends to finish the job himself. Anna quickly understands what she's dealing with. The calmness in Ethan's voice, his lack of remorse, sits the mindset of a sociopath. Staying composed, she pretends to comply with his demands, secretly emptying her medication into a glass of wine to make it appear she's drinking. When his attention falters, she seizes the moment, smashing the bottle against his head and running for her life. Her escape is cut short when she slips on the floor. David lies there, bleeding out. Barely conscious, he tries to stop Ethan, but the boy drives the knife into him again, ending his life. Terrified, Anna dashes upstairs. For the first time in nearly a year, she forces herself outside, stepping onto the rooftop. The open air triggers her panic, but adrenaline pushes her forward. Ethan follows, cornering her in a violent struggle. As they grapple near the edge, Anna summons every ounce of strength and shoves him off the roof. He plunges to his death below. When she awakens in the hospital, Detective Little is by her side. His tone is gentle. Regretful, he admits he was wrong about her and returns her phone. He advises her to erase the video she recorded that night and move on with her life. He also informs her that Alistair and Jane Russell have been taken into custody for helping cover up Catherine's murder. With the truth finally out, Anna begins her slow journey toward healing. Inspired by the woman in the window, the story ends as a reflection on the fragile nature of the mind. Even those trained to understand psychological pain can fall victim to it. Anna's ordeal is more than a mystery, it's a warning about the dangers of ignoring one's own mental health and the courage it takes to face the darkness within.